But you do feel like the bad person because, you know, I'm fed up, I know they're fed up and they want something to do, but unfortunately we can't, you know. So over the last 12 months, I suppose the biggest, oh God, moment for me was kind of back in early March when like those WhatsApp messages were flying around and these rumours were going around, and essentially that we were kind of being told that, yeah, we're on the front line now and we're policing this. And I was just like, oh God, you know, when I signed up for the Guards, no one, like I couldn't and no one could have ever said this was going to happen, like a pandemic, you know, in our lifetime. I certainly thought it wouldn't happen, you know, so kind of just being like, oh God, how much is expected of us, you know, and will we be okay? Well, that's at the start, you know, you couldn't get a mask, you couldn't get gloves, the hand sanitizers, you know, like all simple things. But I think that was just a whole panic at the start, you know, people didn't know what was going to happen, you know. But thankfully, you know, we have a steady, you know, supply of all our PPE. We do use it, and we all have enhanced hygiene techniques now, and we do feel a lot more safe. Our role has changed in terms of we do a lot of shopping. We could do pensions, pharmacy drop-offs, any kind of messages that people need. We do engage with them and do that for them, especially if they are cocooning and vulnerable. And you do get to know them, and you do have a bit of crack with them, obviously outside at the moment, but you do get to build a bit of rapport with them, and that's the one good thing about the pandemic. I think it has given us, well, we always did have a sense of purpose, but it's given us a new lease of life, you know, to re-engage with that community and really be there for them. In terms of, you know, groups of people gathering, often we would, especially with the good weather now coming, you do see an increase in the groups of people, you know, gathering rather for, you know, just interacting socially, having a few drinks, playing sports themselves. And you do have to, unfortunately, you know, do break it up. And you do feel like the bad person because, you know, I'm fed up, I know they're fed up and they want something to do, but unfortunately we can't, you know. And we do engage with them. On Garda Síochána we have 4 E's, it's called, and it's engage, explain, encourage, and a last resort, enforce. So often we engage with people and that's it, you know, we engage with them and explain to them, you know, why they can't be there, why they can't be doing what they're doing. And thankfully, from 9 times out of 10, that does cover it, you know, they're happy to move on then. So when you do go to arrest people, you have no choice but to not social distance. You obviously have to get up close and personal and do arrest them as a last resort. And often these prisoners now could use COVID as an extra weapon against us. They use it to threaten us, they cough, spit, bite. And knowing that, you know, we are so anxious of it, and that even though we do have our masks and PPE on, it's still a real risk to us, you know. It's happened a couple of times. The first time was when we had a prisoner in and the prisoner tore off her mask and went for me and coughed at me, claiming that she did have COVID. So that was obviously a frightening moment. It was kind of like, oh God, this is actually a tool that they have now. That was the first time I kind of realised this'll be used against us now. I do kind of find it hard when you're dealing with victims of crime, and again, the older residents that we do serve, when you do want to give them that, you know, human contact, human reassurance. And for me, it's kind of, you know, shaking a hand, holding a hand, sometimes giving a hug, and now you obviously can't do that. So it is something to kind of that we had to adapt to. So the biggest thing over the last 12 months for me is, and as corny as it sounds, I think it just showed how great Ireland is as a country. I think the whole community is getting together, looking out for each other, offering to do people shopping, drive people places if they need, you know, any medical appointments, things like that, and all the good videos that went viral online, all the different shows. You know, I just think it kind of showed what a great country Ireland is by sticking together